A seemingly yearly tradition, it was a big night for the Bemidji soccer program, with both the boys and the girls playing in section championship games right here in Brainerd. History was going to be made either way tonight, but it was Virginia who cut down the nets after winning their first ever national championship. In order for the Grand Rapids baseball team to win back-to-back section titles, they would have to win back-to-back games today. More impressive than what happened on the ice is what happened off of it in the second intermission, as backup goalie Andrew Johans told his coaches, "You have to keep Brock in." Unbeaten War Road girls hockey is on a mission this year. Get back to the state title game and win it this time. Sending him hundreds of cards, raising thousands of dollars through fundraisers, and picking him up when he needed it most. The weather finally warmed up just a little bit to let high school teams start playing games, and we start with one of the hottest teams in our area. Oftentimes we'll tell you how local sports teams are being supported by the community. But for the past 3 years, it's been the LaPorte volleyball team supporting their community. And this year, they've picked a cause that hits especially close to home. When the LaPorte Wildcats take the floor this year, it's about more than just volleyball.
Wins and losses are fun, but it gives you a purpose as far as life.
On the 7th grade team, Lily Ewert has had to deal with a lot more than just some bad passes this year. Her dad, Luke, was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma in May. He just had his last treatment this week in Rochester, and Lily's team has been there for her, supporting her throughout the season.
You can turn to any one of them for your problems and they'll help you.
Throughout the year, the volleyball program has worn shirts in support of Luke, and yesterday they held a spaghetti dinner fundraiser that raised almost $2,500.
LaPorte is a very generous community. The support from the school, the students, the faculty, the entire community has really came forth and supported Luke and the family. All this means so much to them going through the challenges down in Mayo.
The Ewerts aren't the only family the volleyball team has supported. Last year, they wore shirts and raised money for Remy, who is now in remission after battling neuroblastoma. And in 2017, they supported Roxy Erickson, who lost her battle with cancer later that year and was the grandmother of player Mattia.
It meant so much to me and my family. I was speechless when I found out, and so was my family. We just really appreciate it.
After seeing how much it meant to Mattia, there was no question that the team would make it a tradition to play for more than just themselves.
We're not just about playing volleyball. It's about supporting other people in our community.
Lily says volleyball is her favorite sport and has been a welcome distraction for her this year.
It gets my mind off of it, and when I get my mind off of it, I don't really think about it, and then it's less sad and stuff.
She's always got a smile on her face in spite of the rough times, but her and I, we both have faith, so we believe her dad will be just fine.
But until that day comes and her family returns to normal, her volleyball family will be with her every step of the way. There's a GoFundMe set up for the family. You can find it on our website at lptv.org. Michael Landquist, a senior at Nevis, recently finished his high school basketball career with a list of accomplishments that would make any player envious. All conference honors, a starter on 2 state tournament teams, and a 1,500-point score. But what separates Michael from the rest of his peers is his resiliency and determination that helped him overcome some of the greatest obstacles that you could imagine. When Michael Landquist walked off the court for the final time this year, it was an emotional end to his senior season. Even more emotional, given that his season almost didn't happen.
I'm blessed to be out here, and I'm lucky to have the chance to do it again, so I don't know, it was just...
A car accident last March, Michael slid into a truck, pinning his car and breaking his pelvis, femur, humerus, and nose.
I blacked out after I got hit, and I thought it was a dream at first, and I didn't really know what was going on. It was surreal.
They couldn't get him out. They tried. It took about 20 minutes. And anytime they tried to move him, he just screamed out in pain because his whole left side was basically shattered. Even the surgeon was amazed that he survived the impact.
After a 5-hour surgery, the road to recovery began, both to get him back on his feet and walking, which would take over 3 months, and to get him back on the court.
Michael was so scared through the process that he would not be able to play again. And we were very vocal with all the doctors that this is something this kid wants to do. So when you're putting it back together, make sure that this is how we get this stuff done.
I had a lot of tough nights sitting in my room with my mom, but she was always there every time. And I didn't, because I had no idea if I could do it. I had no idea if I could get better, but yeah, there were some tough nights.
Supporting Michael through his recovery was the entire community of Nevis, visiting him in the hospital, sending him hundreds of cards, raising thousands of dollars through fundraisers, and picking him up when he needed it most.
It's Nevis strong, and no matter how much we get knocked down or how many things happen to us, we stick together, we come together.
We couldn't have done it without the support of Nevis and the surrounding areas. It was amazing how everybody came together. It was a blessing.
I didn't think that many people knew about me or anything, but all the cards and text messages and everything, I just didn't know that many people cared. It just made me think that they're all there for me and I gotta get better.
One major milestone in his recovery came last May at his prom, where Michael walked in public for the first time since his accident.
He told his therapist that it was goal to walk at prom, and he did it. It was pretty awesome. I mean, that was a moment in time.
There wasn't a dry eye in the house, and it was just a huge moment in his life and especially in his recovery.
It was a question whether he would ever be able to play basketball again, but through hard work and determination, Michael was able to rejoin his team.
I needed something to push me to do my exercises every day, and that was the motivation I needed to get back on the court.
He's been a player that has probably experienced as much basketball-wise as any kid would hope to. He is a huge contributor for us on our team and with our program, and has been, and so I couldn't be happier.
I just think about basketball. I don't think about any of the bad things that happened.
Just to see him play again and this twinkle in his eye and him, going after the ball. He used to be a little bit hesitant in the beginning, but as the season has built, you can see him just going.
All the adversity that Michael has gone through has given him a new outlook on life, and his friends and family hope that he can be an inspiration to those facing obstacles in their lives.
Everything's there, and you gotta take advantage of it. You don't know anything bad could happen, or you don't know when you can lose something, so live in the moment.
Never know what you are capable of. No matter how far you get pushed down, no matter how bad it looks, you can get up, you can keep going, you can keep playing, you can keep fighting, and Michael's proof of that.
Michael will attend St. Cloud Community and Technical College next year, where he plans to study business and hopes to continue his basketball career. The high school football regular season is over. The weather has changed from, let's be honest, bad to worse, and teams across the area are kicking off section playoffs with the hopes of making it to US Bank Stadium. We start with the team that hasn't lost a game, not just this season, but ever. North Central, the brand new North Home Kellier Little Fork Big Falls Co-op, entered today undefeated and ranked 6th in the state. The Stars hosting winless Northern Freeze tonight. North Central up 8-0 in the first. The give to Ben Jordan. Defense barely knows he has it. Taken down at the 1, they'd score on the next play. Now up 14-0 in the second. Up the middle again, this time to Matt Kennedy. He'd find his way into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion makes it 22-0. Later in the second, the rushing attack goes back to work. Again to Jordan, takes it to the outside. He'd be taken down at the 5, but they punch it in shortly after. North Central wins big. They take it 42-6. Mike Malin looking for a career win 4-0-1. First quarter, Verndale already up 60-0 on Ortonville. Pirates looking to add to some more. Zach Olson takes the reverse from Craig Orlando on 4th and 7. That sets up the Pirates inside the 10-yard line. Sophomore Gideon Ervasti would then go untouched for the score, and the Pirates are up 24-0. In the second, big man Craig Orlando takes the handoff, trucks over a few defenders on his way into the end zone. Verndale takes a big win tonight. They win 44-6. First home playoff game for Black Duck in 5 years on a downright muddy, messy field. Taking on Norman County East Hewlin hit it all. Scoreless in the second. Drake's block, a punt. Dylan Moen eventually picks it up, takes it down the sidelines for a nice gain. And look at all that mud. Glad I'm not doing the laundry. On the next play, they take advantage of the field position. The handoff to Ethan Merrill. Takes it on the outside, sprinting as fast as his cleats will let him. He gets taken down at the 1. And on the next play, his quarterback, Moen, cleans it up. Well, not really. Nothing was clean on this night, and that would be your only score of the night as the Drakes win 8-0. The playoffs are a new season for the Brainerd football team, and that is definitely a good thing. After a 2-6 regular season, they didn't receive a bye for the first time since 2016 and started their postseason hosting Sartell tonight. These two squared off on Brainerd's homecoming. Warriors got the win, trying to duplicate that tonight. Starting quarterback Nate Staling out with injury, but backup Isaiah Windorski stepped up big, takes this run for a score to put Warriors up 20-0 in the third. Next drive, Windorski can do it with his arm as well. He finds Owen Davis through the air. Davis with some nice yards after the catch. Brainerd would score later in the drive. And just for some good measure, running back Brant Patton takes the sweep on the right side for a score. Brainerd with a big win. They advance to play Bemidji on Saturday. They take it 34-6. One of the surprises of the year, Stables Motley trying to keep things rolling in the postseason, up 30-0 in the first half. Peyton Rondesfett trying to bring Wadena Deer Creek back, but he's picked off by Isaiah Demars. A couple plays later, Max Strickland looks deep and finds his guy Logan Whites for the big gain, drags a few defenders with him, won't go down until he does go down. Stables Motley wins with ease, final score 44-0. Greenway Nashua Kewanee hosting Virginia at Mountain Iron Mules turf field. That's a good decision. GNK struck first from 1 yard out. Eli Conaway just gets in, 6-0 Titans. Blue Devils looking to answer, aired toward the end zone. GNK's Blaise Tomberlin makes the interception. Later in the first, Titans back on offense. Handoff to Conaway, evades a tackler, and gets the 20-yard touchdown. GNK the big win. They beat Virginia 42-0. Evelyn Gilbert at home taking on the Royalton Royals. Winner faces Moose Lake Willow River on Saturday. Heavy coverage from the Royals forces a Golden Bear fumble for a big loss. Later on, it's Brady Conrad up the gut. Keeps his feet moving for the first down, but that drive results in no points. Still scoreless, Nick Bodette on the quarterback keeper for Evelyn Gilbert. He gets loose and he's off 80-yard touchdown, but the Royals storm back. They end up winning this one 36-19 in the upset. Neutral site of Grand Rapids used for tonight's Big Fork clash versus Cook County. Scoreless early, Huskies get the run game going as James Rousey breaks through a few tackles, but Big Fork can't convert any points. They want to let that happen again as Jackson Lovedahl emerges from the pack, shakes off a tackle, and reaches the end zone to make it 6-0. But those would be Big Fork's only points tonight as Cook County gets the victory at 38-6 in the 7-9-man quarterfinals. And United North Central battling second-seeded Pelican Rapids. Pelican Rapids up 22-8 at the half, looking for more. Matt Zeebel on the carry, but when he's brought down, out comes the ball, and the Warriors recover. Ivan Anderson falling on top of that one. Not much comes out of it, and back the other way comes Pelican Rapids. Johnny Zeebel punches it in from short range. Pelican Rapids a big victory tonight. They take it 40-12. Other scores tonight, Pierce stays unbeaten, beating St. Cloud Cathedral. Walker Hackensack Akeley gets a win. Winnie Mac tops LaPorte, and Nevis upset by Park Christian. In 8-3A, Pequot Lakes a squeaker over Park Rapids. Roseau falls to Perham. In 7A, top-seeded Deer River, a big win. Bagley falls to Frazee on the road. Foston would fall as well, and so would Cass Lake Bena to wrap up your football scores. In girls tennis, Pequot Lakes wins in the first round of the team tournament. They're heading to the semis. That'll be tomorrow morning. The Minnesota Wild, they get a win, shut out the Oilers, and the first game of the World Series. Right now, the Nationals lead the Astros 5-3 in the top of the 8th.
Bit of a surprise there, huh?
Yeah, Astros definitely the favorites coming in.
All right. Thanks, AJ.